and with me commentating, I have Cavio.
Hi there.
Hi.
All right.
So yeah.
If you want to get started, I can start describing the game, what people need to know.
Yeah. Wait, so Razzy, we can like just start? Are we like...
You can do a countdown, or I can do a countdown for you.
So yeah, Cavio, if you want to explain anything before the run starts.
I think I got it covered if you want to start.
Alright, so timing start is weird. When should I... How should the countdown go? Should I just like count down on the reset?
Yeah, may as well.
Sure.
Yeah. Alright. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, good luck, Evie.
Alright. So this is 140. Yeah.
140 is a minimalist rhythm platformer game. It's by the lead designer of Limbo and Inside, which are two games you probably might have heard of. And it's a pretty interesting speedrun. So it looks pretty simple, but the speed tech comes from, at the end of every level, there is an orb that you collect and bring back to a pedestal. And then that orb activates, as you might be able to see right now. And that can only activate on every beat, which the music of the game runs at 140 beats per minute, hence the name. And that's about 0.43 seconds in between every possible activation
It's
of
kind
every
of
orb.
like frame rules, except not.
Call them beat rolls.
Yeah, we call them beat
in
rules.
this game. Yep.
Because it's the exact same concept as frame rules in Super Mario Bros.
Mm-hmm. So the way you tell whether Eevee has gotten a certain beat rule is mainly by the audio. It can be difficult to tell if you don't know what you're listening for. The first few levels of the game are pretty simple. You make your way through. It's actually the first cycle skip. Excellent. First cycle skip is on those 4 blocks that phase in and out on every other beat.
All right, please.
And Eevee with the nice corner jump there.
Yeah, so I missed the early activation there.
That's the first considerably difficult one, I would say.
Yeah.
Because 1-1 and 2 are pretty simple to get.
But you did see me jump a bit higher than I should have off the corner. It's called the corner jump. Basically, if you align yourself with the right pixel on a corner, then you can jump like mid-jump and get a higher jump. It has no use in the run besides swag.
Yeah, it kind of like adds your momentum or something. I'm not sure if we understand quite how it works, but yeah, there's nowhere really in the run that it can save time, but it looks really cool, and it's kind of difficult to do.
Get it.
So no early activation for 1-4. That's unfortunate, but that's another difficult one.
Yeah, that one's really difficult. Not as bad as 2-3 though.
The later ones, 2-3 and 3-4 in particular, are almost impossible to get. And it's, for the most part, besides these early activations, it's a pretty chill game. You can rock out to the music a lot of the time. The 1-5 is actually the only level that does not follow the beat rule. So you'll see at the end, depending on how well Eevee does, you might notice some weirdness with the music at the very end of the level. And and it's because the level is ending on an offbeat, which you haven't heard at all yet.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, it's the only level that can do that.
Similar to 8-4, again, in SMB.
It'll just activate the moment you get to the pedestal.
Mhm.
That looked good. Yeah. That was
Yep, that was
good.
very nice. Now Evie making her way to boss 1, which is actually probably the hardest boss in the game. Actually, definitely.
Whoops,
It's
I
also...
went the wrong way.
Ooh.
Oh, nice. It's
also...
that first shot.
the only instance of RNG really in the game, because the
explain the wobbling.
boss kind of moves back and forth randomly. And so for the final phase of the boss, you want it to be as far right as possible so that you can shoot it and then get the earliest activation.
Definitely not getting that activation, but I didn't die, so that's good.
Yeah. It can be rough, and it is really easy to die because, again, I don't think there's a pattern you can take that will work every single time as far as dodging the orbs goes. Yeah.
I don't have to jump there. Oh god. I think I'll still make the cycle. Yeah.
World 2 introduces these blocks that you touch, and then they swap to another block.
That one's free.
Yeah, 2-1, or yeah.
Yeah, 2-1.
2-1 is pretty simple activation, especially with the setup. I think, did you find that, Evie? Because I learned it from another runner, but
I use a slightly different one that I find easier.
I see.
Yeah, so these are snake blocks, and they're just kind of... It looks really cool.
One thing you can do with all these blocks that
the compound
kind of
jumps.
appear and disappear, is a compound jump. Similar to corner jumps, it's just basically an increased height in your jump.
Yeah, basically just jumping as the block appears under you.
Yep. I find them to be a lot more difficult than corner jumps, but also there's many less opportunities to get them in the first place. So, and again, they don't really save any time anywhere, as far as we know.
All right.
Oh.
So this level has 2 hard things.
Oh yes, leap of faith or level 2 skip. And then the activation.
Alright, I got that.
That's very good.
That saves 7 seconds-ish.
Because of the way the game works, you're often just on a lot of cycles. So a lot of the time saves are like 7 seconds long.
Yeah,
because
like 7
it saves
seconds, 3.5 seconds. It's usually somewhere around there. And then the activation in this level is the second hardest in the game, only behind 3-4. I want to call it frame perfect, but it hasn't been confirmed to be.
Yeah, I think you can set it up with various positions, but they all require a different timing to go on. That can be
no.
very precise.
I got that in practice yesterday, and I don't know how.
Often with 2-3, I find sometimes it looks like you'll get it and then you don't.
Yeah.
And sometimes it seems like you've messed it up and then you suddenly get it. So it can be a troll sometimes.
So this level is just anti-gravity, and it's cool.
Oh yeah, welcome to V6.
I don't
And
feel
again-
like trying for swag with the anti-gravity. It's too risky.
Yeah,
There's
we
a
were
point
experimenting
where
yesterday with a couple ways to.
there's a point where you can jump from one of the pillars and then get to the next floor without touching the floor or the ceiling at all.
Mhm.
I'm gonna just go from here.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I don't care if I don't get it. It's fine.
2-4 is another very difficult one, just because the timing you have to move on is so precise again.
So this is boss 2. The second and third bosses are both, like, jokes, and they're both auto-scrollers.
Yeah, especially the second boss, because the pattern is the same every single time.
Yeah. The third boss is, like, the only thing that prevents you from doing this game blindfolded.
Essentially, yeah. I'll talk on that more when we get to it, but yeah. Because there has been one person who has completed the first phase of the first boss blindfolded. Or the
Was
third
it
boss
Ronnie or
blindfolded. Tegeli was the
yeah.
person.
This is just kind of an auto-scroller. If you have any donations, then you can read them. Or you can just listen to the sick beats.
Well, we haven't had any donations since an anonymous donation in the last run, so let that be your cue, chat. If you want to donate, then do it.
I'm gonna go for the corner jump here. Because it doesn't lose time. Alright. No, alright. Whatever. You can get a corner jump off there, and it's really cool because you're already being shot up.
Right, you gain like an insane amount of height from that one if you get it. The ground
And you
goes
can,
completely off
like,
screen.
Yeah. Alright, so this is the hardest trick in the game. Just be quiet so I can do it, and then you can explain
Yeah.
it. Alright, got it.
Alright, excellent.
So you can explain that
Okay.
now if you want to.
So yeah, that was Widow, which is actually the second version of that trick, where you jump up into the top block as it's spawning, and you kind of get pushed forward onto the next block. And also by touching the second block, it respawns the bottom block, so you can cross. I think it only saves like 2.5 seconds, and it's very, very
It's
difficult.
2.2
but you can cross
seconds,
quicker.
yeah.
Yep. It's the second version of the trick, as I said. Originally, we had Ride, where you do that for both the first set of swappers and the second set, which is even more difficult. And as best we know, you get to the orb on the same cycle, regardless of whether you do either.
This is what we like to call the Wheel of Fortune. If you fail anything in this
Oh,
level,
yes.
you will miss this cycle and lose 8 seconds. So yeah, if you like miss anything in this level, then you have to wait 8 seconds for that to come back down.
It's comparatively easy, but it is a very high pressure
Yeah.
level, especially since you've just gotten Widow
Pass,
on a good
yeah,
run.
Widow.
So yeah, you can start to get pretty nervous if you're on a really good run.
So this level has EeveeSKip, which I found.
Oh yes, there are multiple ways to collect the orb. EeveeSKip is the fastest version of it.
Let's wait. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting that. I was way too early on that. I would have died.
I see. So yeah, moving from the
So I'm gonna do that skip instead. Not even fast as that skip.
Ah, that's a shame. Yeah, there are. What you saw was that skip where you just collect the orb without having to jump from the last block again. EeveeSKip, you actually collect the block, or you collect the orb as it's moving downwards on the middle block, and it saves optimally 2 cycles over that skip. And there are fast and slow versions of both Z-skip
Yeah,
and easy
and
skip.
Z-skip saves 2 cycles over the intended way.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, this level is pretty straightforward. The very end
Right.
is fairly difficult.
3-4. At the end, we like to call it the Dream Crusher. It's not
yeah.
terribly difficult, but again, when you're on
I died
an
there.
excellent run,
Okay.
enders, you can. Oh no.
That's new. I started moving way too early.
Yeah, I see it now.
Alright, whatever.
That can be rough. Getting the when you're playing casually, getting in between those two blocks can be somewhat difficult, but it's kind of intuitive after you do it a few times.
Yeah, so you're going with the Dream Crusher. We call it the Dream Crusher because you fail it crushes your dreams, and it also literally crushes you. Like that. Oh.
It has laid waste to a couple of my otherwise would have been PBs, and I'm sure many other runners.
That was really close. Oh my god, I missed that.
Oh goodness. Oh, I see. There is
Okay. So we got that. You can get an early activation here, but this one is confirmed to be frame perfect.
Frame and possibly pixel.
Yeah.
I'm not certain about it. Because you have to have a very specific lineup, start moving at the exact right time. You almost have to be inside the first static block without actually hitting it, dying, in order to even have a chance.
Undertale. No, Undertale actually copied this game. It came first. So yeah, this is the final boss. There are 3 phases to it. It's really easy. You have to just shoot the triangle that's pointing towards you. It gets more difficult because you'll see that my thing rotates.
Yeah, the triangles start rotating around you, and then everything starts rotating.
Oof! Oh my god. Alright, I'm off cycle now. Go ahead.
That's good. And like we were saying about the blindfolded run earlier, there is actually a higher chance, due to the coding of the game, that triangles will be in a certain position. It's like a 50% chance as opposed to the 25%
I'm just gonna put
chance you
myself
would
on
expect.
cycle by waiting for this here.
I would say that's the best idea for stage 3.
Yeah, so timing ends on the last shot. Okay, that also works because I can't even pay attention. The third one is the easiest.
Yeah, there's a pattern you can follow with the third one.
Not
where,
gonna spoil it.
Yeah, you can point in a certain direction, and it will always take you to the triangle where it ends up.
So yeah. And time. Well,
Just wait a second to see the final time.
that's 17:12.98.
I see. Oh, the in-game timer you can see in the top left corner. That's actually a. Yep, that's below this time.
I don't know what the real time was. I can actually press F1. 17:32.
Nice run.
Yeah.
Yes, very, very good showcase.
Very good showcase,
Good job,
especially
Evie.
since I was really rusty. I was on PB pace after 3-3, and then I died.
Oh,
It was just by 1-4 though, so like it wasn't even one cycle of beat rules.
Yeah.
well, do you have anything else you want to say before we switch to the next run?
Yeah, that's 140. I think it's a really cool game, and
It's also an excellent first speedrun.
Yeah,
I'd say.
very good for speedrunning. The skill ceiling is, I'd say, really high. So yeah, if you want to get into this, then we're welcome to have more people running it. It's always nice to see new people run this game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so if you want to see more people run the game, follow Evie, our runner, and Kebio, our commentator.
And of course, you can go to speedrun.com/140, and there are a bunch of resources, including a Discord server in there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, we're gonna switch over to Lasso running Super Mario Bros. 3.
All right.
So we'll be back in a minute.
Thank you, guys.
See ya.